fun things that marketers do, from like the topics and trendy things that they talk about, every marketer likes to use, right? Abuse sometimes, which is emojis, right?
There's 65,732 emails that went out containing that emoji in the subject line, in the content.
So 82% of people start with the casual hi or hey.
But marketing exclusive often is overused and loses impact.
98% of emails mention love, but only 2% mentioned hate, which I thought was really interesting. We all are in the serious tone of being in marketing all the time. And the reality is sometimes you got to have the fun and also not looking like everybody else when you're having fun either. All right, Chase. So today on today's pod, we're going to talk about funny things. I wanted to curse here, but I'm not going to. Funny things that marketers do. And we've got data to back it up. You ready to shoot this thing?
Yeah, let's run it.
All right, in 3, 2, 1.
From the open to the click, they're the masters of the flow. Just watch your list grow and your leads turn to go. Did we retain you so far, or do we have to extend it? If you want results, you know you gotta send it. Yeah, you know you gotta send it. Yeah, you know you gotta send it. Yeah, you know you gotta send it.
What is going on? Welcome back to Send It, where we talk about everything and anything retention marketing, specifically in e-commerce and email and SMS marketing. My name is Jimmy Kim, and I'm here with my co-host,
Chase Dimond.
All right, Chase. I thought we'd do something fun here on the pod today because I know we take a serious approach and we're like all talking about all the things that you have to do. But sometimes, you know, marketers want to have fun too. And I feel like today would be a really fun time to talk about something that I recently came across my desk from our partners over at Omnisend. And look, I know what you might be thinking. Oh, they're going to talk about Omnisend. I'm not actually here to talk about them. We love them. They're great, yada, yada, yada. But that's not what it's about here today. What I want to talk about here today is this a crazy fun little like report that they put out where they basically took all the fun things that marketers do, from like emojis and topics and trendy things that they talk about. And basically, I want to talk and share with you what we saw. And I don't think you've seen it yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Oh, perfect. This is good then. I don't think I know you were sick, so you probably haven't been paying attention to it, but I want to show it to you so we can talk about it. We're going to go through slide by slide and talk about it. And so let's get right to it. All right.
Cool. Let's do it.
All right. So I want to start talking. Let's talk about like the thing that every marketer likes to use, right? Abuse sometimes, which is emojis, right? You know, all the different things that we see. If you're on like, I don't know, Fashion Nova's list, they like abuse the living crap out of it. And their subject lines are always filled with tons of them. But again, that's the way that the younger generation communicates. So question for you, and I'm going to kind of put you on the spot here before we start. What do you think was the most favorite emoji that people used?
Maybe one of like I don't know what you call it, like the trigger warning ones, like the almost like the
Like the siren?
yeah, like the siren, exactly.
Okay, yeah. So it's not the siren, actually. Let me pull up my screen here. I'm gonna figure out how to pull this thing up real quick.
It wasn't the siren. Okay.
So it wasn't the siren.
I guess the
And
second
siren's there. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth place of top
place.
things. So it's not wrong. It's just not the top one.
What about like the face again, like where it's almost like you're like, like you're kind of unsure, you're kind of like wondering. Is that up there?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one. That's not even on the list, actually.
Not on the list. Okay.
No.
What is on the list? What's the
Okay,
top?
so there's a lot of them. So we'll go down. There's 10 of them in here. So the top 10, I'll go from number 10. It was the heart, basically, right? The heart emoji. The Christmas tree was really popular at number 9. Then we had the time clock, right? The sensitive like emoji time clock, which was number 8, right?
So people running sales or whatever, right?
Yeah. So then we had like the bang, like the firework bang looking thing. That was number 7.
Okay.
We've got the heart eye emoji. Then we've got here. I'm going to show the screen now because I feel like I'm teasing you a little bit. So here, look. Okay. So here's the heart eye, the siren, the gift box, the party one, the fire emoji. I think that would have been my number 1 in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep. And then this little crazy one that I've probably never used myself. This is what I was so confused. It's like 3 stars basically.
Oh, right there, right there.
Like,
it says sprinkle on your screen. It says
sprinkle. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Like, what does that
sprinkle
mean?
I don't know what it means. Maybe we're too old for this.
What does sprinkle
what does
mean?
Chat? What does sprinkle mean?
Yeah, exactly.
What are the underlying nuances of what sprinkle means in emoji?
Yeah, according to AI, it means positivity, magic, beauty, and cleaning. I've seen it. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't have told you what it stood for. Wow.
Yeah, I've never actually seen it myself. So I thought it was really funny. It was kind of cool to see that. And I also thought about myself and I was like, I would never pick that emoji ever.
No.
But here it is. It's
And
obviously clearly the number
and what is
one.
this saying? That there's 65,732 emails that went out containing that emoji in the subject line, in the content, like
I think
anywhere?
it's the subject line is my guess here. I don't know the
Oh,
answer
yeah,
there,
yeah.
but I'm
Okay, let's
assuming it's the
see.
subject line.
Yes, it does look like it's a subject line. Notices the subject line. Okay. Yeah, it does look like subject line. Interesting. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. So that was number one, and I thought that was really interesting. So that was like the emoji one, which I thought was a really funny thing that marketers are. So next one I want to go to number two is name dropping. All right. So celebrities. So last year I remember it was Taylor Swift was on their report, and I saw that was the number one thing that was mentioned. What do you think number one is this year?
Interesting. Taylor Swift makes sense the year before because she was on tour.
Yep.
Was it the
I
guy
like how
that
you
did
know that,
the
by the way.
was it my wife went to a bunch, but was it the guy that maybe did the halftime show? Or is that technically this year?
Ooh,
Is that
that's a
considered
good one.
or
So was
or maybe that's this year,
okay.
right?
So
Maybe that's
not this year, but last year, who was the halftime show?
um last year halftime show um was it Kendrick? Is that the one?
No, 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 it
Usher?
wasn't. No, here I'm gonna pull it up again. I'm gonna reveal the results here. Hold on one second. I can't
Who,
see. I got my camera in front of me here, so I can't see it. But here we go.
let's
Let's
see.
share it. Boom,
Drake.
Drake. Isn't
Wow,
that
out of
cool? Like,
nowhere.
okay, look, you know Coldplay. There was that whole drama with the Coldplay thing with that,
Yes, the
like with
CEO.
that couple, right?
Interesting.
But I thought it was really crazy that we had Coldplay then Beyonce, which I don't know again how much they do. I guess Beyonce like represents like beauty and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Coldplay was very pop culture, but I don't know where Drake really came into this place.
I don't know. I know Drake was doing stunts around like betting, but I doubt that like that was how people would have used Drake. I don't know what Drake did. So this was 2025. What
Yeah, this is all 2025
what did
data. So
Drake
we're
do
looking at
in
a congruent of there. And then you
that's
got
so
like Lady
interesting.
Gaga, Bad Bunny, Chari, I don't even know who that is. The Weeknd, Ariana
Interesting.
Grande, Billie Eilish, and then even Taylor Swift here, which does show up.
Still. Wow. So it says according to AI that Drake finished as Apple's Music's most streamed artist despite not releasing a solo album. So for 2025, for some reason he was the Apple's Music's most streamed artist.
So there we go. So it was probably a little bit about the music was actually a great, a product, right? The music was really great, and it just got mentioned by a lot of people listening to it. So we're
Uh,
actually seeing a direct translation of the hot hit heart charts of 2025 into what was happened in email with the most mentioned celebrities.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I wouldn't have expected that. That was definitely something I was surprised by. Taylor Swift made sense. The Coldplay one makes sense. Beyonce also doesn't make a lot of sense to me just because I don't know if Beyonce has done anything relevant recently.
So I actually just looked that up too. In 2025, she won a Grammy for Album of the Year, and she launched her tour, I guess. So I guess the fact that she was probably on tour, just like we saw Taylor the year before, kind of took over. I guess the fact that Beyonce was maybe on tour, maybe could, I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe. That was a good one. All right, I want to move on because let's keep talking pop culture here. And let's talk about the most mentioned TV shows and movies. So there's two categories here. Let's start with the movies here. Any idea of movies that would be really popular?
Oh man, dude, I haven't gone to a movie theater in forever, so I have no clue what came out. What,
Let's go to TV shows because I'm going to give you a little hint. There's a potential your younger one probably loves this TV show.
something about Gabby, or I think it was called like Hey Gabby or something. So not my younger one. I don't know, Dora, Paw Patrol. I don't know. What was it?
It's Bluey.
Bluey. Ah, okay. My kids do watch Bluey. Bluey was
Yeah,
the
of
most
course.
mentioned. Hey, it's Chase. Got 30 quick seconds? We built something specifically for you. Jimmy and I together have over 20 years of combined experience in email marketing, and we finally put everything together in one place. And it's called Ecom Email Certified. I know it's fancy, but it's going to be great. Whether you're brand new or running campaigns for 7, 8, 9-figure brands, it covers it all. Deliverability, AI, copywriting, design, strategy, SMS, literally everything. Has over 175 total modules, totaling 25 plus hours of content. It even has quizzes, a community, and you're going to get a real certification. It's way better than college, right? Don't tell your professor that, but it is. And we've designed it to take you from beginner to certified expert. We're talking about the kind of marketer who actually moves the needle and drives real revenue. Check it out at ecomemailcertified.com. And now back to the pod.
Yeah, look at this list here. TV shows. We'll go to movies in a second, but look at the TV show list here. We got
Black
Bluey,
Mirror. I've heard of it, never
Black
seen
Mirror
it.
Makes a lot of sense.
Love Island.
That's that Netflix show.
Yeah,
so
my
we've
wife and
seen
I.
a lot of that before.
My wife and I actually watched that. Sad to admit, but we do.
No, Chase. You're supposed to say my wife forces me to watch
that.
Yeah,
my wife forces me to watch it. Yeah, exactly.
That's the right. But then there's K-pop, Demon Hunter, which is pretty, Severance, Stranger Things. So this is, again, like if you were to probably look up the top TV shows, this is probably congruent. So let's go to movies because, just like you, I don't watch a lot of movies in the theaters, but check this out, dude.
Batman.
This is a really interesting list. Batman.
Interesting.
But Batman being number one is kind of interesting. Do you think it's not because it's Batman per se as a movie, but Batman as a character? People are mentioning Batman as the movie. I wonder, like it's like the savior, like the Peter Pan, or
maybe
versus David, right?
Was there any new Batmans last year that came out?
I don't think so. Not that
I don't
know
either.
of.
Wicked makes sense,
was
right?
A movie. Spider-Man. That's also kind of interesting as Spider-Man being up there.
Yeah, that is interesting. Dude, Superman. Huh.
But if you look through this, a lot of superheroes, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, like a lot of the classics, right? Avengers, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. Huh. That's super interesting.
Super interesting. All right, let me stop sharing here. All right, we're going to go to the next one because I thought this was interesting. Animals.
What was the most used animal?
The most mentioned animals that you would expect.
A giraffe or an elephant?
A giraffe or an elephant. Not on the list at all.
Neither.
Wow,
no giraffe, no elephant. A cat or a dog?
A cat was number 4. Dog was number 3.
Cat and dog. What could beat those?
That's what I said. When I looked at this thing, I said, what the heck? Okay, let's look at this list. All right, ready? An owl was number 1.
Shocking.
An owl. Like what? Like, again, I don't get the right emails from people, but I've never seen an owl. I guess a lion maybe, but I don't know about lions. Dogs and cats make a lot of sense to me.
That's interesting. Meanwhile,
fish, bird, pig, cows, horses, chicken. Oh wait, you said cow. No, you didn't say cow.
No, I didn't say cow.
Horse, chicken. Those are all pretty similar, but
I'm curious this year, right? Like 2026, given that wasn't the horse for Chinese New Year? I wonder if that moves up this year. What was 2025? What was like the year? What was that the year of? Do you know?
I don't know. 2025 Chinese zodiac was what? The snake.
Is that even on there? Let's see, snake.
No, it's not even on here. Yeah.
Interesting.
Even on here.
So what do you think, like, I don't put you on the spot, like, what do you think people are mentioning owls and lions for in campaigns? Like, are they doing it for sales? Are they doing it for education? Are they doing it for content? Like, I mean, it doesn't say, but how do you think people are using these?
That's what I said too. I said, why would owls watch you like an owl? What does an owl represent? Like wisdom. It represents like oversight, eyesight. I don't know what else. I mean, a lion is like the king, right? It's like the king of the jungle. So I don't know though. I thought that was interesting. I wasn't really sure and why an owl was there, right? I mean, dogs and cats make total sense, especially if you're like a pet company, right? Like dog and cat is probably mentioned all the time.
Interesting. By the way, I just looked up, is there any recent Lion King movies? There was a movie that came out in theaters December 2024. There was a new one, it looks like.
Yeah,
so
but
maybe
that's at the end of the year.
That's at the end of December. I imagine a lot of people probably saw it maybe in December, January, February.
Not enough to write email campaigns for 2025, right?
Well, it ended 2024, and this is all for 2025. So I imagine, right? Maybe
end of 2024. Okay.
Yeah, end of 2024, December 2024. So maybe, but like, I don't know how people are using that. That'd be an interesting question for OmniSend. Is like, what are people using owls for? Maybe even on inbooks. Like, are there owl emails on inbooks?
I haven't looked at it, but I can look real quick. Let's see.
Yeah, I'd be curious.
I'm pulling it up right now. I have it up over here. Let's see. Owls.
Dog, cats. Like, I imagine dogs and cats, right? Like, there's probably companies.
I got a handful of emails. I've got about maybe like 250 emails on owls in here.
Wow. And what are they? What do they look like?
Uh,
Like, are they sales or like? I
yeah,
just
just
understand.
sale emails. Like they're not like anything special. Like there's nothing like that's. There's a company called Owl Crate. A lot more of them. Like the name of the brand has owl in it.
Got it. Got it.
So
Got it.
I'm assuming that they're centric around that. So that would make a lot of sense.
Another question you don't know the answer to because it doesn't say, but do you imagine when people, so this is mentioning, right? So this is text. Do you imagine people are including images of owls and lions and dogs and cats, or do you think it's just it happened to be a word that people use? Like maybe
Yeah.
people are making just like
How about like night owl, right? Like I'm a night owl for those night
interesting.
owls. Maybe these are those evening emails that are coming out.
Interesting. Maybe it could be just the fact that people are using them as like almost analogies of sorts, like, hey, if you're a
Sure.
night owl or some reference point. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I
Hmm.
thought that was interesting. That was a really interesting one. Okay. Let's see. Internet culture mentions. Ooh, this one's interesting. What do you think, right? There was a lot of stuff that happened in 2025. What do you think were the top 10, 11 internet culture mentions this year?
So when you say internet culture, like would the whole Coldplay thing be considered like a
Yeah,
internet culture
Coldplay
thing?
would be culture. That was number 8.
Okay, so that's on there. So it's basically like some type of scandal, some type of viral moment. Is that kind of what you're getting at?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. I imagine something related to politics. Maybe is on
Yeah,
the
no
top 10.
politics here, believe it or not.
Interesting. No politics.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I know companies kind of shy away from politics, and
Yeah,
that's
I do
rightfully
too.
so.
That makes sense. But Coldplay
Yeah.
was on the top 10.
All right.
Sports?
So here I'm gonna go through it right here. Let's talk. I thought this was really funny. So protein being one of the hottest CPG
Yeah.
add-ons. I mean, I've got a protein soda from my favorite company. Shout out to Bucked Up. Like I love these
Yeah,
guys and their
protein
protein
sodas,
soda.
protein
Right.
gummies, protein chips, like everything
I
has
love it. I
protein.
love the protein culture. As someone who ingests high protein, it has made life easier to ingest high protein
Yeah,
when everything has protein in it. Even pizza now has high protein. I just found out
crazy.
recently, and I know this is off topic, but a slice of cheese Costco pizza has 42 grams of protein. I'm like,
Wait,
I
wait,
need to
wait.
eat more cheese
Wait,
pizza.
a single slice of the cheese pizza at Costco has 42 grams of protein?
Yeah, I mean it's a huge slice, and it's like 800 calories, but it's got 42 grams of
Oh, that's
protein.
wild. And I
So
think it's
it's
like one
good
of the
for your
worst pizzas.
kids.
I think it's one of the like worst pizzas for you, right?
Yeah,
Um,
probably, but
it's
it's good for
crazy.
your kids, Chase. It's got
Yeah,
42 grams.
that's crazy. The interesting though
Um,
between protein and matcha, that like the jump there is
yeah,
pretty drastic.
matcha. Yeah, Stanley had its viral moment, which makes sense.
Yeah,
Eras. I don't even know what Eras
probably the
is.
Eras tour. I think that was part of Taylor Swift's
Oh,
tour,
there it
but
goes back to your thing.
maybe not. Labubu, I remember that.
Labubu, Dubai chocolate,
Hmm.
how do you say that?
Lavoir, I think.
Lavar. I think it's something fancy. I can't say.
Yeah. Cool.
Coldplay,
Mhm.
obviously. Six
Oh,
seven,
six.
which is the
Yeah, this. Yeah,
I
my
don't know. Do
daughter
your
taught me that
kids say
one.
6 7 these days?
My daughter taught me when she's in kindergarten. She taught me that. That's actually banned at
Yeah.
school. Um,
Yeah, they say that, but they still walk around saying
yeah.
it's not AI,
Artificial
right? Artificial intelligence. And then this was my favorite one, Jet
jet
2.
two.
Remember the viral moment, Jet 2 holiday, that
Oh
background
yeah, yeah,
music?
yeah. Interesting. But do you think AI as like the short version of just AI probably would have been if they? Do you think that would have been a lot more? Because artificial intelligence as like a long word. Does anyone really
Yeah,
say
I'm
that?
assuming it's kind of blended together. I'm assuming the
Okay.
team blended the data together. That's the only way this makes sense.
Interesting. Okay.
So
Hmm.
I'm assuming that's the thought process there. But yeah, dude, Jet 2 Holiday was the one that I started laughing at. I was like, Jet 2, like, did it really go that popular? Imagine just having such a viral theme song as a company. That's a company going viral on other companies, basically.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's
So, but
interesting.
this was the mentions, which
Hmm.
probably aligns in my idea that this was probably relevant for a current culture of the things that were happening throughout the last 12 months, essentially.
Interesting. Yeah, that's. I'm curious to see what 2026 looks like.
Hey, it's Jimmy, and I've got 30 seconds to tell you something that will change how you get inspired on your very next marketing campaign. You know, when you're screenshotting those emails in your inbox and Slack and pasting them here, you saw it on Twitter, trying to remember what brand did that killer Black Friday sequence? Well, guess what? Inbox.ai just solved that. It's an AI-powered database with over 1 million real emails from the best D2C brands. Ridge, Fenty Skin, Casper, they're all in there. You can search by promotional type, journey stages, whatever you need. Get AI breakdowns of what worked and why, track your competitors, and even request brands that are not in there. No more hunting through screenshots or save folders. Inbox.ai turns your inspiration into revenue. Check it out at inbox.ai, link in the show description. Yeah, these are
yeah, it's
all right.
interesting.
Here's another one. I got another one here that was interesting. Is what do you think? And I think this one's pretty easy, but I thought this was really like a roadmap. All right, so
Okay.
holidays. Okay, most mentioned holidays.
What? Christmas, Black Friday,
Of course, Christmas. Yep. Black Friday. Yep.
Valentine's,
Yep. That's there too. Of course.
New Year's,
Yep.
Halloween,
Yep. Oh, look, you're nailing him. I don't think it's very hard to.
Fourth of July.
Yep, they're all there. Look, 4th
Okay.
of July.
Halloween was one. Oh wait, no, Halloween was
Hallow-
one. Christmas was one.
No, Christmas and Valentine's Day, which makes sense, which are
Yeah.
the 1-2 punch of like great
Big spending.
holidays.
Yeah.
Halloween, which I thought was crazy for number 3 because I thought like Black Friday and Thursday and Thanksgiving would be more popular, but turns out Halloween's more popular.
Oh, I didn't even think about Mother's Day, Father's Day, Cyber
Yeah,
Monday,
elections.
Hanukkah.
I thought elections was kind of huge.
Interesting. Yeah,
And then I saw that Prime Day snuck on the list.
Yeah. It's
Prime
interesting.
Day really a holiday?
No, but I guess it's like a thing in D2C, right?
Yeah, it gets mentioned.
Friday. Interesting. That's cool.
Yeah. So this was an interesting one. It says like, okay, we know this, right? Like not saying that this is the roadmap ever to anybody, but the reality is that like these are probably your buying days, maybe outside of Ramadan, since that's a religious thing, but like the rest of these make a lot of sense for like a sale or an item for a reason. So it's like Happy Halloween or Happy Father's Day or Happy Mother's Day. I mean, these are all very much CPG brand buying days.
I'm curious too, like if they had sorted it by revenue, right? Probably like Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I don't know. I'd be curious to see like the order sorted by revenue and like how that correlates with how they're mentioned. But it's interesting.
That would be an interesting question to ask because it's just a percentage of campaigns mentioning events right now. But I would love to see the revenue correlated with it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, cool.
All right. Terrible marketing cliches. Okay. So I'll give you number 1 because it will give you the guideline, right? So there's Last Chance, right? Last Chance was number 1 on the terrible marketing cliches. What other ones do you think?
Last Chance was so things like flash sale, shop now, things like that, or no?
Yeah, exactly.
Back in stock, sale starts now. Last Chance, I don't know.
Yeah, Last Chance was there. I think I saw, right? Last Chance, you saw Lucky You, New Year, New You, Hot Deals, Feeling Lucky, Scary Prices, and Excellent Deal. Remember the Egg Crisis?
Got it. Oh, yeah. And the Easter, New Year, New You, Lucky You. Do you think Lucky You is related to both St. Patrick's Day and then just Lucky You? It's like a sale type thing?
Yeah, you're lucky. You got chosen. Like you've been selected. I feel like those all kind of fall under that kind of thought process.
Last Chance. That's funny. Okay, interesting. Scary Prices, maybe there's something like Halloween. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, and then Excellent was again. I would almost say that was potentially pop culture. Yeah. All right, I got 4 more, but these are like more honorable mentions that I think were interesting.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you some stats and I want to talk about them. So 74,348 campaigns promise something exclusive, which is impressive, but it seems like exclusivity is a word that's being overused essentially because again, going back to like the top numbers, 67,000 campaigns had the emojis. So 74,000 said something was exclusive to a person.
You think that people are trying to say like, they're trying to personalize the email, or you think that's like a VIP?
Maybe, or they're just like trying to make it feel like urgent without saying urgent. Like, oh, this one's exclusive for my buyers or exclusive for people, but really 74,000 campaigns on it. The word
I have a
exclusive in the subject line is
I have an
pretty
interesting.
high. Hey, quick 60-second break to shout out our title sponsor, OmniSend. If you don't know them, OmniSend is an all-in-one email and SMS platform built specifically for e-commerce. They've trusted by over 155,000 merchants with a 4.8 rating star on Shopify's marketplace with over 2,800 plus reviews. People love using them. Their support is incredible, responsive team, great help docs, and they actually show up when you need them. Third, look, everyone loves saving a buck. They've got great features and great pricing. Listen, I've heard this inside the community that someone actually dropped their bill by almost 50% and then included their SMS cost, which is absolutely wild. Another agency that we talked to shifted all his clients over when he discovered that he can save them 30 to 60% off of their actual monthly bill. And they're taking that money now, reinvesting into ads, and that real money is going to come back into your pocket too because you're helping them out, or whatever it might be. With all this, I literally just helped Chase migrate his personal list to OmniSend not too long ago. It was super easy. They got team, they have an automated solution. It's really great. So if you're looking to scale your email and SMS game, check out omnisend.com/send it. Tell them Chase and Jimmy sent you. Now back to your pod.
I have an interesting take here. I wonder
Yes.
how often ChatGPT, Claude, etc. uses the word exclusive.
I bet you it's pretty high. I bet you it's one of the typical words.
Yeah, like I'd be curious if there was any. I don't know if we could like prompt like ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Do you?
It's hard to tell ChatGPT not to use the words that they like to use.
Yeah. Use the word. I wonder like how much of this is going to be like AI
driven.
enabled or
Yeah.
AI kind of whatever words they're using, right?
I'm checking my chat and I've typed in the word exclusive.
So I just said
Let's
again,
see
I
if
don't know
it
how
comes up a
relevant.
lot.
I don't know how
It
relevant
does
this
come
is.
up. Oh, you might be right. There's a lot of my search comes up with the response exclusive.
Interesting. Yeah, like
Huh.
I don't know how often this is, right? But it says like, in marketing, exclusive often is overused and loses impact when everything's exclusive, nothing is. But then they're like saying exclusive works for this, exclusive works for that. So yeah, I'd be curious. Search chats, like how often it recommends that in its copy.
Yeah. All right, I got another one for you. I thought was fun. Apologies. Like the oops, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was a big one. It's about 6,800 campaigns, 6,800 campaigns went out with some kind of oops and sorry, and they often came with a discount code.
By the way, I'm sorry, I'm still looking at exclusive in my chat. It almost every chat I've had at some point it has mentioned exclusive. Maybe not in the copy.
So you're right. You nailed it. It's an AI feature. This is where
Interesting.
marketers are using AI.
Huh. Yeah, it could be. It's so interesting to see. I'm curious how many M dashes were mentioned or
Oh
used.
God, that would have been a great one. How many M dashes were in there? Yeah, I should ask them
But
about
sorry,
that one. That's
go back to
probably
what you were saying.
everywhere.
I cut you off. I was just thinking about the exclusive thing.
Yeah, no, I was on the apology one that I thought was a really cool
like,
honorable
oops,
mention.
Apologies, our mistake, like that whole type of
Yeah.
thing. I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'm curious what percentage. Obviously, we have no clue. What percentage of those are legitimate, where the intern actually messed it up, or if the intern, I'm just saying the intern, or if the person did it on purpose. I'm curious, like how that stands now in 2025, 2026. Like, are people being legit about being wrong and making a mistake, or is it marketing?
I mean, I would say if I were to guess, I'd probably put like an 80-20. 80% of the times it really was an oopsie, and 20% of the time it's marketing.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. And then remember, there was this whole like trend last year, the oops, I'm sorry trend. Remember that trend?
No, that was like something people did. Like,
yeah, it was like a big trend. Like, oops, I'm sorry, we have the greatest protein in the market, and we're priced at the best price in the world. Oops, I'm sorry. Like it was kind of like an angle of like how to get attention without it. So there was a lot of the apology stuff that came out into the market. There was a campaign out there. I don't remember who started it, but it definitely spread like wildfire for a while.
Interesting. Okay, that makes sense then.
Another one which I thought was interesting is like, how do people start their emails? Right. So
like,
this was an interesting one.
There,
82%.
like that.
Yeah. So 82% of people start with the casual hi or hey. That's actually a lot. Like,
I mean,
I would have thought more hellos or like, you know what I mean? More formal than hi or hey. I feel like hey is very informal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm curious. Yeah, in B2C, right? Maybe in B2B it'd be different. I mean, I always start my emails. I realize like happy Monday, happy Tuesday. I instead of saying hey, But I imagine a lot of people are probably trying to say like, "Hey, insert first name," or "Hi, insert first name," right? It's kind of like
Yeah, I
the
use hi a lot, so I
yeah.
get that too.
Okay,
And then
interesting.
18% use the word dear, which I thought was
Dear,
interesting. Dear
Jimmy.
Chase.
Yeah,
So,
that's interesting.
all right,
Okay.
last fun fact here, and then we're done with this pod. But the last fun fact is this one I thought was really interesting. 98% of emails mention love, but only 2% mentioned hate, which I thought was really interesting.
You think people are using it as like a signature, like love the team, or you think people are saying, like, I think you're gonna love this?
Well, it doesn't tell me exactly what it is exactly on here, but what I am seeing is my assumption is like it's like the language or the emotion of love being the positive there, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. Huh.
I don't know.
Interesting.
All
That's
right.
cool.
Yeah, so that was it, man. That was a little fun little pod here. Hopefully, people enjoyed it. I'll link it down below if you want to look at it yourself. I thought it was it's just fun, right? Like we all are in the serious tone of being in marketing all the time, and what's the state of email? What's the best way to do CTA and all that stuff? But the reality is sometimes you got to have the fun and also not looking like everybody else when you're having fun either.
Yeah. Yeah, this
So
was cool. This was fun. I'm curious if people enjoyed this one.
yeah, I don't know. Let us know in the show notes if you thought it was cool. If you thought this was stupid and you wasted 30 minutes of your time, I apologize. But we want to have fun sometimes. We thought it was fun and we thought it was a very unique piece because you don't really see this kind of like case study in the market. So we thought it was a fun share. So we'll link it below. Otherwise, with that, Chase, that was another one. Hope to see you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in. Send it, and we'll see you on the next episode. See
Cheers.
you later.
From the open to the click, they're the masters of the flow. Just watch your list grow and your leads turn to gold. Did we retain you so far, or do we have to extend it? If you want results, you know you gotta send it. Yeah, you know you gotta send it. Yeah, you know you gotta send it. Yeah, you know you gotta send it.